Your powers are no match for me, boy!
Looks like we're in trouble, Princess.
All we can do is run.
That little nerdy piggy went wee 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 all the way home. What's up, players? Okay, now here's the thing. It's a new year. It's a new decade. And it's been about 15 or 10 years since I could actually fit in this shirt. I really gotta do a video about my weight loss journey. I swear. This shirt that I'm wearing right now, it's a 2X. And it's been stuck in my drawer for a long time. There's a picture of me from 2004 on vacation in Virginia wearing this thing. So, let's talk about the year 2000, when the new millennium started. When the new millennium started, everyone thought Y2K was going to destroy the world.
Todd and his family are preparing for the downside of Y2K should it come to pass.
Chicken noodle.
They've stocked their shelves with soups,
Chicken noodle.
more than you'd find in some convenience stores.
Somebody really likes chicken noodle.
From soup to meat, their freezer is nearly overflowing.
But then, it didn't. And 10 months later, in October the 26th, the world got The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the sequel to the Ocarina of Time, baby. And then, after that, we got the Light of Courage, which is what you saw earlier.
Your powers are no match for me, boy!
And I'm pretty sure all you who know me know a lot about TLOC. It was crazy back then. But this really isn't about TLOC. It's about nerds. And not just any nerd. Not movie nerds, not TV nerds, not that show from Comedy Central, Beat the Geeks. Yeah, they didn't call it Beat the Nerds, they call it Beat the Geeks. They should have called them nerds. And it ain't just any nerd we're talking.
The angry video game nerd.
That nerd. The crazy drunk who just plays all the bad games that are made by all the producers. You know, all the games that got those low scores on Metacritic. Those games. And this ain't liquor, it's just water. So, this is going to be pretty long. It's about as long as the Crackumentary. If you haven't seen the Crackumentary, I'll link that in the description below and my reaction to it. So, this is going to be long, so get your drinks, get some popcorn. We're going to be a while. And here we go. Gonna take you back to the past. Play the games that sucked ass.
The angry video game nerd.
That was some crazy holiday party. I think I had too much eggnog, honey. Shots. Oh, somebody's waking up.
Your cruel and miserable games.
What do you
They
mean?
exist for one purpose.
We
to
were good
reap
party
everything
guests,
I've
man.
sown.
We did those
You
Christmas
brought me
crackers from
not only
England,
my
man.
childhood, but my
Those people in
adulthood,
Britain,
too.
man, they love them.
I've been cursed to play your bullshit till the end of time. But
We
thankfully,
didn't put no curse
the
on
end
you.
of time is about to come.
Come on, man, look on Metacritic, man. You'll find the great games.
Doomsday. Yeah, they were 20 years off with
Come on, man,
Y2K.
Death Stranding came out
But
this
is
year.
For real.
It was
And with
nominated
only
for
1
Game of the
week
Year,
left,
I
the
think.
ceremony must begin.
Wait, what's this? Oh, it's like
You
that
must
scene
wear
from Three
these
Ninjas.
masks until the midnight of New Year's.
Yeah.
They've been carefully selected as
Yeah.
caricatures.
Which
of
one
your
are you gonna
true
be?
Shitty natures.
It's Rocky,
Your
Colt,
mask
and Tum
represents
Tum.
the solicitor, The one
guess,
who uses familiar source material.
I guess that's
to
Tum
cash
Tum
in
right
and
there.
Disrespects the love for the franchise. You don't respond to love.
Yeah. Tum
You
Tum's in the
respond to
money.
what your petty hunger dictates, to things that have value. You're the kind that appraises franchises
We're going
without
to,
seeing
from
the
this day
beauty.
forth, you will be
You're
known
nothing
as
but
Nugget.
greed. Your mask is the overzealous coward. The
Yes.
one who has nothing to give but somehow gives too much of it. You're an overflowing
Yes.
garbage can of filth.
The cheetah
Bloated and packed
is
to the
known
gills
for
with
its speed.
nonsense.
And
Bullshit
from
to
this
the
day
highest
forth,
capacity
you will be
to hide
known
your
as
incompetent,
Speedy.
broken gameplay. And of course,
And
you wear the mask of the heartless Punisher, tricking me with useless weaponry and
there is a
sucker
light
punch
and a
pitfalls
dark
at every step.
to everyone.
You see humanity as small
From this moment
animals
forth,
caught
you
in a
shall
trap
be
to
known as
tortured.
Duel.
Your pleasure is the giving of pain. From this, you feel the same sense of
Yes.
joy one might get from a kiss or an embrace.
it's one,
Shame on you. Shame
this
on
is a real good
all
parody
you
of that
shitty
scene from
games.
Three Ninjas.
All your cryptic mazes, bad
But
controls,
he was proud of his
unfair
grandkids.
jumps, vomit-inducing graphics, lack of
Come on, we
continued
loved
long
Rocky, Colt, and Tum
passwords.
Tum.
I hope you're proud of yourselves.
They were good
May
kids.
God, the devil, and whatever else have pity on you.
Well,
As
Super
for
Becca
me,
Death
I
Christ
wear the mask
left the party
of
early.
The thing that stalks me at this very moment.
Oh, yes, I have not even left the building yet. You know what happens to people who wear me, nerd?
You stole my life away. It's all yours. You inherit everything left of
And
my
I
soul.
will steal
Now,
everything.
deep in the
I will
treasury.
steal your
Before the world
2020.
ends, I must play one last game.
Submitted for your approval, Mr. Nerd. A
What is this
frustrated
now?
gamer with no life outside this room, except for a virtual world which he's created. A world
going on?
that
Who
will
is
come to
this?
its end when his anger causes its total destruction on New Year's Eve. But until then,
My
he
God,
has
Rod
one
Sterling,
week
what
to
happened
take
to you?
care of some unfinished business. He must complete one of the most beloved Zelda games, Majora's Mask. Other YouTubers cherish it, but this is not your usual.
This ain't Rod
reward.
Sterling, man. This is some
Is the
weird
angry
off-breed of
video
his.
Game nerd.
Totally.
This is my game. And
Thanks for
I will
watching this
destroy
episode
you.
of Angry Video Game Nerd. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Yes,
If you want
a
an
word from
epic,
our sponsor.
Dark fantasy done right with over 400 champions to collect and personally customize,
Yes.
then check out Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes,
Not
Raid
to be
Shadow
confused with that
Legends.
awful NES
The only
Raid
game that is the
2020.
cure
It
for
seems like
baldness.
everyone's
It will
talking
help
about
you
Raid
lose
these
60
days, and
pounds.
for good reason. It's
It
got
will help
15 million
you,
downloads in the
with your
last
love
6
life.
months and has been nominated
It
as
will
a
cure
finalist for
your,
Google Play's Best of 2019 Users' Choice Awards. In Raid,
you
you
know,
can assemble a team
when you
from
can't get
16
it up.
heroic factions, discover 13 spectacular locations, enjoy a fully voiced story campaign, claim glory
Yes.
in the PvP arena,
Raid.
and you
It
can
is the
even
cure
bust a
for the
move.
common cold.
Talk about a killer dance-off. And don't forget, it's free to play. Say goodbye to grinding.
Yes.
With multi-battle auto mode, you can set battles to run in the background while you do holiday stuff.
But it
like
is not
shop for
endorsed by
presents, set up
Leroy
your
Jenkins.
Christmas
He
tree,
died in
or
this
light
one,
the
too.
candles on your menorah. There's also weekly tournaments and a
Aha.
roadmap that promises more updates in the next 6 months.
I
Follow
said
the
that
link in the
wrong.
description where new players will get 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and 1 free champion. Adjudicator! She's like if an elf from Lord
my
of the Rings
Jewish
and a
is way
stack
off.
of heavy metal magazines collided into the ultimate badass elf. So hurry because this offer is available for only 30 days.
I think that's already happened.
Now, on with the show. When it comes to fantasy adventure games, I can't think of any franchise that has made as big an impact on me
Battle
as
of
Zelda.
Olympus,
Each
rates up
installment
there,
was a
and,
milestone that represented the full
so does,
capabilities of
Wonder
the
Boy
console's
3 and
release
Dragon's
time
World.
and the generation of
Dragon
its time.
Trap.
The overhead 2D format will always
A
be the
Link to the
traditional
Past.
classic Zelda for me, but the franchise was never afraid to experiment. Zelda 2 was a side-scroller, and Ocarina of
I can't
Time
do that
was
right.
three-dimensional, even
Yeah.
though the 3D format
You
somehow
and your
became
third
the standard
dimension.
after that. But
We
anyway,
have
Ocarina was such a
5,000.
big hit, the next thing I knew,
Yes,
a
fuck your
VHS
pot.
tape came in the mail promoting Majora's Mask.
I never got
thought
that
to myself,
videotape. I got the
what?
one for
Another
Banjo-Kazooie,
Zelda
though.
game already? Judging by the look of it, it seemed they reused the same 3D engine as Ocarina, which was confirmed.
Yeah,
but
they
it also
definitely
seemed
did.
Nintendo was being careful not to copy Ocarina too much, so they reinvented the franchise as we know it. No Ganon, no Triforce,
spoiler alert,
no Hyrule,
you need
and
the
no
expansion
Zelda
pack to
except
play
for a
this on the
brief
N64.
flashback. At that time,
So make
I
sure
had
you got
just
it.
burnt myself out finishing Ocarina and moved on to other things.
Wow.
So I sadly missed out on Majora's
Wow.
Mask. But in the 20 years since, I never stopped thinking about that creepy moon.
And there it is.
As time went on, I've heard so much enthusiasm for this game. It has a whole community
You're just
behind
going
it,
to
and
sit
some
me
people
there
even say
beside
it's
you
the
while I watch
greatest
this?
Zelda game ever made.
You are
So,
evil,
it was hidden
nerd.
for me,
I must
which
destroy
I'm
you.
finally about to check off the list. First, I have to get out of the way.
But
The
a warning,
Nintendo
I am
64's
more
graphics
evil.
look like shit, and age like shit too. Those blocky and murky textures.
Dude, you had to get somewhere.
But hey, what can you do? It's Nintendo 64. You can't blame them. But the pioneering days of 3D graphics don't hold up as well as the 2D games.
Well, that's
I mean,
okay.
Look at Link to the Past. In my opinion,
today's
that
graphics,
still
you can get a
shines
chick in your
as
bed.
Perfect as ever. Back to Majora. The setting is a doomed world called Termina, which was created from the powers of a dark magical mask, Majora's, of course. After the mask was stolen by Skull Kid, it somehow formed Termina, vaguely
Girl to
modeling
Riviera
after
would make
memories of
short work out of
Hyrule's
that guy.
inhabitants, which is why many characters look the same. But this world is only temporary, as the big scary moon is slowly coming down to crash and kill everyone and everything.
Yes,
I have to say,
it's just
that
like Deep
moon
Impact.
is fucking awesome. It's
With a little
cool
bit of
just knowing
Groundhog's
it's
Day.
always up there, staring down at you. There's only 3 days left to live. The people are all aware of the coming apocalypse, but there's
We got
nothing
3
they can
days
do
left to
about it,
live.
nor
We
are they
better
even
think out
trying to
now.
do anything. They just sit around
Not
and
with
say,
you, nerd.
Yep,
Not with you.
we're all gonna die. Man, that's depressing. This is a depressing game. I like it.
Well,
So Link
it didn't
has to
look
save
depressing
the world.
with all
the
that,
goal is more or less the same
all that
as any
stuff
Zelda
going on.
game. You have to complete a series of dungeons and do a bunch of random shit
Single.
in between. A big part of this game is the learning of Ocarina melodies and
What do you
collection
want,
of
nerd?
masks, which all give you different unique capabilities. Most are optional, but the main required masks
Oh my God, that
transform
bomb
Link into different
blast mask.
species like Deku, Goron, and Zora.
Rock on.
When transformed, you can use those species' powers
Hippity hoppity,
and skills,
hippity hoppity, over
which
the
is vital
springs.
in progressing in certain parts of the game. When Link puts the masks on, apparently
Here we
it's
go.
painful.
Ow! Man!
Jeez, he's screaming in agony!
That's like
Man,
if you were
I
having
feel
plastic
bad for making
surgery
him
wide
do that.
awake.
In short, it's your typical Zelda with some new game mechanics here and there. However,
Yeah, hoppity
there
hoppity
is
over the
one
flowers.
major thing that sets it apart from the others. As I said before, they had to do something to make it stand out from Ocarina. Well, they figured, why not give it a time limit?
Yeah, a time
Zelda
limit.
with a time limit? How does that work? Well, as mentioned,
Well,
the
that seems
moon
to
is going
work
to
pretty
destroy everything in 3
When done
days,
right.
which roughly translates to 1 hour of playtime. Unless you play the Song of Inverted Time, which slows it down and gives you
Yeah,
almost
Song of
3
Inverted
hours.
Time.
If you let the clock run out,
That is
what
very
happens?
helpful.
Well, of course I had to find out.
Yes, this is what happens when nerds don't rule the world. Yes. When Covfefe finally makes America great again.
Well, after 20 years, that still looks cool. So, what exactly happens? Well, simply put,
Well,
game over.
I'll tell you what
Now,
happens.
of course, you can't
Covfefe
complete an entire
tried to make
Zelda
America
game
great
in less than
again,
3 hours.
and he
That's
messed
where the
up.
Song of Time comes in. When you play it, it acts as Link's time machine, sending him back to the dawn of day one.
Yes.
You keep your melodies
gotta go back to the
and
future,
masks and
Marty.
any major items you've collected, but the rest of the
I'm
world
Pickle
resets.
Rick!
The characters you've met all have forgotten, and everything starts up again, as if nothing happened. So Link is basically experiencing the same thing as Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Don't drive
Forced to
angry.
relive the
Don't
same
drive
events
angry.
Over and over.
Don't
No
drive
wonder why
angry.
He acts like there's no consequences. Breaking into people's homes, strutting around like he owns the place, walking
Where do
away
they keep
from
the valuables at,
explosions,
man?
getting drunk
Where
at
do they
the
keep their
bar,
porn?
dancing in front of strangers, and igniting a bomb at somebody's front door to get
Yeah,
them
blow
to come
it up.
out, like some kind of mischief night prank. What an ass.
It's just a
So basically,
firecracker.
anytime before the 3rd day ends, you have to play that song and go back in time. Otherwise, the moon will crash and you lose your progress. You just don't let it happen. Playing the song doesn't just send you back, it also saves the game. And it's the only
It sends
way
you to
can
the Roman
truly save.
ages.
There is a quick
days of
save
the
that
Roman
you can do by
Empire.
hitting owl
Hail
statues, but
Caesar!
that's only a temporary save that you can only load once.
Woo!
Yeah. So if you want to save and feel good about it, you got to go back in time. Now, I always thought saving was the preservation of progress up until the present time. But here, to save, you got to go back to the beginning. What kind of sense does that make? When you go back, you keep your main items, as mentioned, but all your rupees are gone. Your arrows, gone. Bombs, gone. Sticks, nuts, bottle items,
I know the
any
feeling.
inventory, it all goes away. Plus any side quests you were working on or people you've interacted with, any items you've unlocked or special events that took place,
The water
all that
temple
is lost.
The water
saving
temples are some
is
of the most
something you
difficult
don't
in
wanna do
The
until
Legend of
3
Zelda.
days are almost up and you have no other choice. You have to put a lot of thought into
thought the
what
water
exactly
temple in
you
Ocarina of
plan to
Time was,
accomplish
nuts.
before your next save.
You should try the
don't
one
wanna
in this
start
one.
something on the second or third day and then realize you're out of time and have
You're
to do
looking
it
at
over
some
again.
of it right
It's
now.
like you have to plan your gameplay sessions within these 3-hour intervals. Many times I had to leave the system on overnight and
Well,
pray
that's
for
a-
no power outages. I gotta be honest.
Mine didn't
I
have a
like
label
playing
on the
games where you
top.
can save anytime you want, like Zelda.
I gotta do that
oh,
someday.
Man, I can't reference Zelda because I'm playing fucking Zelda! Then
Yeah,
there's
no
occasions
shit.
where you need time to speed up. Certain events only happen during the day
Stop
or
that
night
guy.
or at
Stop
a
that guy.
specific hour or whatever.
He
You
stole
can
my
skip
lunch
forward
money.
with the song of Double Time or a dancing scarecrow.
If I only had a
dancing
brain.
scarecrow. But these methods skip you ahead 6 to 12 hours. You can't just go to whatever hour you want, so you're still going to wait around a lot. And waiting
Well,
is something that's
the
never
Tin Man
fun
and the Lion
in real
aren't
life
around.
or in games. Look at Link scratching himself. He can't take it anymore. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, the
Like
wizard
in a
didn't give the
dungeon,
Tin Man
you
anything
know,
he didn't
the
already
main
have.
areas in Zelda games where most of the action and puzzle solving takes place. The parts that usually take the most time and the most work. What if you're up to your ass in one of those?
I'll
and
take
the clock
shitty
runs
games for
out?
500,
Will
Alex.
the Song of Time preserve your dungeon progress? I don't want to find out. With the Song of Inverted Time slowing it down to 3 hours, that's probably enough. But
what
don't even
is
threaten me with
Crazy
that shit.
Yvonne?
Just the fact there's a time limit hovering over me makes me nervous as hell and takes all the fun away. It would be like duct taping a bag
Sorry.
of diarrhea to the ceiling while you try to get
What the
work done.
hell? Oh my-
It
you
probably
did what?
won't fall as long as you make sure the duct tape is secure, but then you stop and think, it actually has no reason to be there. I mean, give me a reason. A time
that's
limit
one
in a
of the
Zelda
party
game?
prick right
What were
there,
you
man.
fucking thinking?
That ain't a party prank. That's revenge.
The clock is
Yes,
a story
I
in
put it
itself.
up there.
At first it appears to be like the upper
Hear
half
that?
of a
Majora's
regular
Mask put it up
analog
there.
clock, especially since 12 was at the top
While everyone
center.
else was
But
asleep.
why is 6 on the right and left? Why is there both a sun and a moon going around in a circle?
With a special trick,
My
he can make you
intuitive nature to
defecate and
think it's
sleep.
anything like a regular clock only confused the hell out of myself. From what I was able to make sense of, it runs from 6
And you do
a.m. to
not
6
want to know
p.m.
what it
and
is.
then changes to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and so on for each day. The yellow sun is always a minute hand, the red sun is the hour hand, but the red sun
Yeah.
changes to a moon at night. Why doesn't the minute hand also change to a moon? Why not just have a regular clock or a simple digital counter?
Well, that would
I
take up too
mentioned
much
every
space
time
on the
you go
screen.
back and save, you lose your rupees, unless first you deposit them in the bank. Now, let me tell
Plus,
you about the bank, because this
They
is a whole
couldn't have
shit
something
show.
that would take up the
First
whole
of all,
screen. The
what's up with the
N64 was
bank
pretty
teller?
limited.
What's she doing? Yeah, that's great. Have you ever gone to the bank and the teller is thrashing their
The bank
arms
teller
up
is
and
a
down?
she? I
If
never
that
noticed.
has ever happened, I'd like to know. It's amusing the first time you see it, maybe the 10th, but by the 100th time,
that
you
could
have to
be a
go through the
chick.
same dialogue every time. An actual ATM is quicker. And then you have to enter the amount you want to deposit. Of course you want to deposit all, but there's no option for
Come
all.
on, they
You have
make
to
so
enter
much
the
money.
exact amount you have. And if it's a lot, she gives you interest, immediately handing over 5 rupees. Now I
Please,
have to
man,
go through that
just
all
give
over
my
again
money,
just
man.
to deposit 5 rupees? Can't
I
you
got
just
$1 million
add to my
bucks in this
balance?
bank.
Then, after you save, you have to withdraw your rupees, which means going back to
Stick
the
'em up.
bank and going through all the
Give me
dialogue
everything.
again.
Now.
And after you withdraw, you pay a service charge of 4 rupees. Then what was the point of the 5 rupees you gave me earlier? And there's no withdraw all option either. Again,
I
you have
guess,
to enter the exact
that's
amount. One time I only took out a partial
That's no
amount,
good.
then decided I wanted more. And the dialogue started up again. Excuse me, but let me take a look at you.
Well, excuse
yes,
me,
Link.
nerd.
You have to recognize me again? I was just here. I didn't
Yeah,
even
I
go
know you were
anywhere.
just here.
I've been standing right in front of your fucking face!
Yeah, no
You know how
shit.
fast this could work? Like this. Deposit, withdraw, all, or
That would be
enter
really
amount.
big
What's
text
so
for the
hard about
N64.
that? Or even
They've done it
better,
on some
just keep
games.
your rupees, like every other Zelda game.
I think Bomberman
You might
comes
be
to mind.
thinking, this is just a minor thing, just a small part in the game. But no, this is a huge, major part, because every single time you save, you have to repeat the whole deposit withdrawal routine. And it doesn't end there. You also have to restock your arrows, bombs, bottled items, everything. So
I didn't go to the store to restock. I went straight to Termina Field.
Time. It's the only game I know where saving could take 20 minutes.
Dude, cutting that grass just saves a lot of time and a lot of hassle.
The banking system, that's probably all the bad things,
I got filled up big
I'm
time.
going to move ahead now and just assume the rest of the game is totally perfect. But I've been wrong before. Let's look on the bright side, which in this case is the dark side, the visual design.
The
It's
fairy
bizarre,
fountains, man. Those
twisted,
chicks
and
were awesome.
downright unsettling. I love it. Dude, it's like a combination of Never-Ending Story and Nightmare Before Christmas. This game's got some weird shit. There's the happy mask salesman who speaks in jarring jump cuts, and then without any warning, strangles Link.
Wow.
For a bit.
Why you little? Dude, he's like Homer strangling Bart.
Song that summons a creepy Link statue. Oh, now that's some freaky, geeky shit. Then there's beings known as them or they.
Take me to your leader.
There's the professor with the goat-like head. Yeah, this guy's one of my favorites. There's Guru who plays the organ grinder. Faster.
He's still angry about what happened at the windmill.
Faster. He keeps getting more and more tense. His anxious mood rubs off on you. Then there's mummies that stare into your soul.
I want my mummy.
Oh, dude.
Crazy in Britain, man. They actually call their mommies mummies.
Is when you go into this house and out of the cabinet comes this thing.
Oh my god.
Then this little girl stands in front of him who turns out to be his daughter. She knows her dad turned into some monster, but she still loves him. That's some sad shit.
Yeah.
You play the song of healing, he reverts back to his regular self.
When I saw that the first time, I freaked out.
Oh.
I legit freaked out.
Oh, man. I gotta lighten the mood. The game has its share of funny moments, like the arguing skulls, the skeleton hand that comes out of the toilet asking for toilet paper, I guess.
Yeah, that's been me several
who
times.
Keeps itching himself. I don't know what the point of most of this is, and it's not all that funny. You just gotta make it funny. Like these loving seahorses that give you a heart.
I love those seahorses, man.
I
The
don't know why
seahorses
that makes me
are
laugh,
cool.
but it does. When you swim, I can't help but think that sounds like a cat puking.
I've had a cat before and it
More
puked.
specifically,
That
the
doesn't sound a
pre-puke
thing like a
hacking
cat
phase
puking.
when the vomit's being pumped. Okay, you get it. The puzzle solving is on par for what you'd expect with a Zelda game. It's all about the brain teasers. You have to melt ice on the ceiling to cause a waterfall, to tilt a seesaw, to raise yourself to the next one. There's rooms you have to flip upside down and back again to drop blocks into certain areas to activate certain buttons and shit. It's
And if you think that water, and if you think the water temples were something, that last dungeon in Majora's Mask
this guy here
is
feeling the
most
vibe.
nuttiest of all.
So there, I said some good things about the game, but that's all anybody
none
ever
have
talks
yet to
about,
top
the
it.
good things. The bad things, well, that's my job. For me, the majority of it has been consistently frustrating. It has its share of bad camera angles, difficult jumps, and occasional glitches. Many of the boss battles are repetitive and grueling. Like this one where you have to kill all the eyeballs. Do you think there's enough eyeballs?
Oh man, he needs enough eyeballs to see into all the windows as the chicks undress.
Speak to the right one. Like here, it's the kid I want to talk to, but this asshole keeps getting in my way. When buying large quantities of items,
Stay away from that kid, you pervert!
One at a time. If you screw up a quest, it can be insanely punishing, making you have to go back to the first
We gotta keep
day and start
Onision
again.
away from our
Like
kids.
I said, many of these quests operate on a 3-day schedule where you have to be in all the right places at the right time. I went to a farm, had to do a target practice session, wait for a specific night, defend a barn from a bunch of alien ghosts, then defend a shipment of milk from bandits.
Oh,
But I
man.
lost, and
I never
just because
failed
of
on that one,
I had
man.
to
I
redo
always
all
brought the milk
above,
to the bar.
The whole 3-day cycle all over
With me,
again. It's easy
ask
to
the
get
question, got milk?
disoriented. For one
Always.
example, I just met the skeleton dude, and now I'm supposed to chase him. A cutscene plays,
Oh,
and
man, that
afterwards,
is one big skull
shit,
tulip,
I'm
man.
facing in the wrong direction. I reorient myself and go
There's a
after
glitch
him,
in the
but
original
now Just because
You can
I
make
delayed for one
you can make
short
Eternal
moment,
Night,
I'm never
and
able
the
to
Skull
catch up
Kids
with
will
him.
just
it's over.
keep
Rather than
coming
giving you a quick second
and keep
chance,
getting
you
bigger
have to
and
leave
bigger
the
and bigger.
area and come back. Why?
And there are always
There's
a few
wall
hits to
with a
kill.
maze of ladders that are invisible. You have to use the lens of truth just to see them.
It's the eye
and
of
then
God.
Still, you have to pick the right path. Every second they're visible,
Lord
you're
sees
depleting
all.
your magic meter. I had just barely enough to find my way to the
Yes.
top. Look at this. Now that's an image.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get a treasure.
Vengeance
and there's
is
a black
mine,
cloud
so
over my
saith the
head,
Lord.
Literally. Speaking of overhead,
Yes. You see, Ned? Don't. You
there's a
can't
couple
get
times when
away.
you have to win a race. The first time you're in your Goron body,
On your mark, get set, go.
Gorons. At first it seems like a cool mini game, but the problem is you have
Well,
to come
okay.
in first place.
Dude.
Not second, not third, first.
Yeah, I know, man.
They leave you no room.
Well,
for
it ain't like
error. If you
NASCAR.
bump into anything just once, you
Dude, a
won't
stock
make it.
car race
You
would have
have
been
to
much
practice
easier.
it over and over until you memorize every
Dude.
inch of that entire course.
I
The
bet
other
Dale
race is
Earnhardt
on
Jr. can do
horseback,
that.
but it's the same thing. You need a perfect run. And worse, this time every try costs you 10 rupees. Considering this is a mini-game, and that racing is not the main skill in Majora's Mask or any Zelda game,
Well,
you'd think
you're not going to be winning the Kentucky Derby anytime
forgiving.
soon.
Even in Mario Kart, you don't have to be in first place to move on. The controls suck
Well,
due to the clunkiness
Mario
of the
Kart is a
64
racing game.
joystick.
This
I
is
give it
not
some slack
primarily a
here because
racing
they hadn't
game.
yet perfected the feel
It's
of
an action
3D
RPG.
games. But just try Breath of the Wild and then go back
Wow.
to this, and you'll realize how far we've come.
Yeah,
Not
we've
just
definitely
controlling
come
the
far
link,
away. We
but
had to
when you're
start
on the
somewhere.
menu screen, it's a little awkward moving around.
Yeah, back
Plus, the
then we
warp
didn't have
screen,
them
you'd
super
think you
high
could just
vision
push
graphics.
up
We
to
just
go
had
up,
8-bit,
but
and it was the
nothing works the way
shiznit.
it should. For these screens, it would have been nice to have the option of using the D-pad. Aiming your weapons is never easy.
Yeah, that
I'm
would have
trying
been
to
good.
hook shot onto the turtle's back. I've aimed for the shell. I've aimed for the
I
tree.
can get to those
I've
trees
tried it
always,
from every
man.
angle I could think of, but it only works whenever it feels like it. There's many areas where you have to shoot ice arrows into the water to create glaciers to hop on, but sometimes it just doesn't work. There's no clear reason. Come on. Come on!
Just chill, dude. Chill.
I've heard in the 3DS version, the water sparkles to show you exactly where to shoot. I imagine the controls are a lot smoother on the 3DS
Yes,
too.
man,
I think that's a
chill.
great idea to re-release the game and fix up the flaws. But that doesn't erase the past, which is where I take you. So yeah, I would have probably had a better time with the 3DS version, but for historical sake, I gotta do the original. Anyway,
The
now
3DS
try
version
shooting
is, like,
arrows through
awesome,
a flame
man.
to light a
The
torch
3D
a mile away while
perfect.
standing on a spinning fucking platform. Here I'm trying to
Yeah,
climb on the red pipe.
whoever came up
Anytime
with
you have to
that
walk on a
was
narrow
high, I
path,
swear to
it turns
God.
into a balancing act. All I'm trying to do is keep the joystick straight. Why is this so hard? Whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that would have been hard,
Fuck.
especially if your N64
Keep it
control
steady.
stick was
Oh my god, I'm stuck,
screwy.
I'm stuck!
like it's known to do.
Whoa. Made it.
Whew.
This part, you gotta do the Goron roll on the bridge, hit the ramp,
Hey.
and jump across.
Be patient,
Each
Daniel,
time
son.
I veer slightly to the side and fall down. And then you have to go all the way back and climb a ladder just to get to the starting point again.
I'm
Alright, here we go. Oh, fuck! It's
dude.
like bowling a gutter ball. You're so mad, you want to try again immediately.
Dude, the
You
three
gotta wait your
ninjas would have
turn.
nailed that easily.
Go.
Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum,
Yeah!
they would have never missed.
Fuck! I bounced back! How about jumping on invisible platforms that are slippery with ice and getting knocked back by spiders? Yeah, that's real fun.
Skulltulas.
There's a part where you
Actually.
have to enter a cave, but it's blocked by a giant boulder. The goal is to blow
How long has
up
it been
using
since
an
he's played
explosive
any of these
barrel that you
games?
get from a big Goron. As soon as he gives you the barrel,
Oh my God, the
time
powder
starts
keg.
ticking down. You have to hurry and carry it over the cave before it explodes. Right off the bat,
I was able
they
to
put all
get
these
that
ramps
done
front
in
of
just
you.
like
You
2
can't carry
tries
it
the
while
first
walking
time.
up the ramps, so you have to repeatedly throw the barrel and pick it up again.
And it took him
again,
endless times.
And again. Then you have to find the cave as fast as humanly possible. Like everything, they give you just enough time for a perfect run. If you get a little bit lost along the way, or you don't take the most direct path, or bump into something, or drop the
My
barrel
God.
for one moment, you're done. Just give up.
If this were real life, he would have
Just wanna
blown
get over
himself
the
up.
bridge. Get out of my way! Ah, you fucking wolf! Pick it up, pick it up! Get the barrel! Get the barrel!
Come on,
There.
Timmy, you can do it!
I can see the cave.
I will destroy you every time.
Gonna make it? Ah! Oh, pick it up! Pick it up! Fuck! Finally, I'm gonna do it. I just did a perfect run. Plenty of time left. But it's about to change from night to day. That's kind of distracting, but no worries, right? Alright, put the barrel right in front of the boulder. We're set.
From my
It's
point
there.
of view, nerd,
It's there.
you're not
All I
going
gotta
to
do is step
destroy
back
that
and wait for the
boulder.
explosion. Alright. Dawn a second day. Alright. Where's the barrel? Where is the fucking barrel? You're gonna take the barrel? Just because the day changed?
Should have hit him with an
That's
arrow.
worse than Simon's Quest. Imagine if in Simon's Quest, every time it changes, it restarts whatever task you're working on. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! You know what?
Dude, this guy's got more F-bombs
Fuck
than a
this game.
B-52.
Yeah, I said it. Did I want to rip apart Majora's Mask? No. But the game drew
He came
first
from
blood, not
planet
me.
Claire.
The Great Bay
Yes.
Temple is the stuff of which nightmares are born. The stuff of legendary video game trauma. All I gotta say is
Wow.
the Whirlpool Room. Oh, fuck me. The
Wow.
Whirlpool Room. It's a
Yes.
huge underwater room, which is like the main hub of the
Whirlpool.
entire dungeon, full of tunnels that lead every which
Yeah,
way.
they make good,
Not even the map
appliances.
can make sense because
Yeah.
you're never sure which level you're on. This is before 3D maps were common, like in Breath of the Wild.
Dude.
But besides being confusing, you can
Even the
hardly
3D
control
maps
where
in
you're going.
Metroid
The
Prime
water
had me
pushes
confused
you
as all hell.
around, forcing you to swim in circles.
Glad I got used
Even
to
if
it.
you know which tunnel you're trying to go in, the current will pull you away. You have to get tricky and hug the wall a certain way, and just as you're about to pass by the tunnel, you quickly turn into it. But if you screw up and get sucked into the
Yeah.
wrong tunnel, it could ship
that's
you
one hell
out in
of a
some other
cheat.
part of the dungeon you don't want to be in. And next thing, you're retracing your steps to get back to where you were. But you can't waste all that time when time is not on your side. That moon is gonna crash. The first day, I'm feeling fine. Second day, I'm starting to worry a little. The third day,
Yeah.
I'm playing like my life depends on it. If time runs out, everything I did might go to waste. Hours of blood, sweat,
Yeah.
and tears. Well, maybe not blood.
As if
but
you were
here I am,
died too many
just
times
doing
in
my best.
Hellblade.
Ugh, that sound. The toll of the bullshit bell. I'm done for.
Yeah, the bullshit
thing is,
bell?
I'm almost there.
Yeah,
Push the switch.
I could definitely
get on the
imagine
water
Mr.
spout,
Leahy saying
go in
something
the
like
final
that.
Door, and I've made it to the boss. But that timer doesn't care.
I would have just kept going. Dude, 5 minutes
Give me a minute.
to beat that big ugly
6 minutes.
fish?
6 minutes.
I'm going for it.
I don't think that's enough time. It might be. But I don't want to play the ocarina now because I'm not sure exactly what that does. So, these bosses, you can't be under a rush. You have to have patience so that you can
Yes.
watch the boss, learn their weak spot, find their
Patience, young
patterns.
Luke.
But the way things are right now, I don't think this is happening.
Use
if it
the
does,
force,
it's going to be the
Luke.
last possible second. And then what if I have to bail out and use the ocarina, but I get knocked into the water and I can't use the ocarina or something, so I need to make a decision here.
I say, no! You should have tried to fight the fish.
Please don't make me do the dungeon over.
You what? You had nothing to lose.
Please.
That F-bomb was big enough to destroy a ram.
I have to do the
It is if we
entire
need to
dungeon
destroy a ramp.
all over again. I still have the compass and the map, whoopity fucking do, but I have to get all the keys again, reactivate all the water valves, and it's basically like starting over. Ooh, I haven't felt this kind of rage in a long time. I can feel the diarrhea flowing through my veins. Oh, even with Jekyll and Hyde, I didn't have to play that shit for a solid week. Picking up the controller and start.
Yeah, well,
this
just
game
drink the
is
magic
like a
potion and turn to
sentence.
Mr. Hyde
You're
already.
sentencing yourself to a punishment, and everybody else loves it. Well, I thought I loved shit. Majora's Mask.
Well, not everyone.
Major ass. All right.
Well, not everyone is Anastasia from 50 Shades of Grey. Gotta have a montage. It's a montage. It's a montage.
It's that special kind of feeling. The kind where nothing
You
else
gotta
matters.
have a
When you're on the couch
montage.
and playing standing
Gotta
up,
have a
it's gotta
montage.
You want to show that game what the fuck you're made of.
Beginning to end, you gotta have a montage. Always fade out in a montage. Don't go to sleep in a montage. Yes, we're no need to swim around in circles, swim around in circles. Always shave and eat in a montage. Oh man, he's dripping sweat now. I gotta see. Cut me, Mick.
I did
Cut
it.
me.
I beat the dungeon. Only one left. Alright, last dungeon. Last dungeon.
Reed is dancing. Yeah, you can beat him.
Yeah,
You can do it, Daddy! You can do it! You can do it!
Yeah, I did it. I beat the boss.
Ooh, no more sandworms. It's now safe for Beetlejuice to roam the desert.
Pick up the boss remains. Oh, hang on, I gotta get the heart container too. I can still get that heart,
Yeah.
right? Now I gotta watch the cutscene.
Yeah,
Please let that heart still be there.
come on, man. Say it. Say it.
Please.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And we're
How do I
back.
get the heart now? So I looked it up. You can get the heart still. Oh yeah. If you beat the boss again. Oh, so you have to pick up the heart container before you pick up the boss remains. I know there's a specific order.
I used to have a subscription to
I'm the
Game
one
Pro.
who fucked up, but that shouldn't be possible. The boss remains were in front of the heart, so naturally that's what I touched first. Jeez. Have a heart.
It's right here, dude.
Am I done yet? Well,
No.
almost. There's a ton of
You
extra,
are not done
mostly
at
optional.
all.
I did one that had me running around delivering letters and waiting for people to show up in different
Yes.
places all throughout the 3-day cycle. The final part, you have to wait in a hotel room until there's only 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the timer. Needless to say, my nerves were skyrocketing again. But what happened here was
Yeah, you bet
perhaps
they
one
were.
of the most solemn, doomy, and emotionally heart-wrenching scenes in the whole game. Or any game. These people are all sitting around
Really?
waiting for the world to end. What can you say about that? They're only characters in a game, but I can't help but wonder what could be going through their minds.
Yeah,
You're forced to
a lot of
stand
things are
there and
going by
wait
the
with
mind,
them until
like-
that counter goes down while the music just swells over you. Then the person you're waiting for
Oh, who's
enters
this
the
kid?
room, and two long-lost lovers reunite and
Yeah,
get married.
this scene was
with
great.
Link as the witness. And with that resolved, they tell Link to take refuge as they both
you didn't know
wait
any
there,
better, you'd say she
ready to
married a
die
midget.
together at last. Wow. Goosebumps, man. I got 'em. All the R.L. Stein books.
No.
Then you encounter Skull
He was a
Kid,
noble
play
dwarf.
Melody, and some
Never
third
underestimate a
giants
dwarf.
that come marching to hold the moon. It's like
Yeah.
Atlas of Greek mythology holding up the heavens. And with that music playing
Yes.
over it, it's a truly epic scene. Then you ascend up into the moon.
I'll
which
consume,
doesn't look like a moon
consume,
at all.
consume
Instead, it's a
everything.
grassy field with a tree and a bunch of kids
Yes.
running around with masks. There's something really
Yeah, the
eerie
masks
about
are a
this.
nice touch.
It's like a scene out of
The
the
kids,
Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man.
The original, not the Nick Cage one.
Not the
So there's
bees.
still
Not
a
the
lot to
bees.
do here,
Not
but
the
at this
bees.
point, I'm taking the quickest possible route. I talk to the kid who's wearing Majora's mask. He warns me I only
You
have
only
weak
have
masks.
weak masks.
And I'm aware I haven't fully powered my sword, or gotten the Fierce Deity mask, or any of the things that are supposed to make the game a hell of a
Well,
lot easier.
then.
Not to mention that heart they didn't let me get.
Shall we
But you know
go?
what? I'm going forward anyway, 'cause fuck it. The final battle begins. Majora's Mask floats all around, shooting lasers and spinning like a buzzsaw.
man.
I defend with my shield, carefully time my sword hits, and deflect the lasers back.
Oh,
It's a long
man.
process, but I beat him.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah, set that
Second
ball on
form,
fire.
Majora takes on a humanoid shape, dancing around like an idiot. Fuck.
I got moves like MJ.
Okay. This time I play more offensive, going in close and slashing away until he's done.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah, but just like the
shit.
Energizer Bunny, he just
This is
keeps
where it
coming.
starts, doesn't it? His third form
Nerd.
doesn't mess around. He
You got
has
no
these
chance.
long whips that have such
You
a
know
great
when trouble
range.
comes
Even if you stand
along,
on the far
you
opposite
must
side of
whip
the
it.
room, you can still get hit. And once he hits you, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let me get up!
Yeah,
Come
man.
on, you fucking piece of dog.
He's like one of those taskmasters with the whips and the Ten Commandments, man.
Then run across the room.
He'll just
and I
beat the
just
Hebrew
barely
slaves
have enough
until
time to get some
until their
sword
backs are
swipes
bloody.
in. Rinse and repeat.
Your, or,
It's just a
like in
reminder,
Roots,
I do
your
not
name
have
is Toby.
the recommended sword, all the masks,
said
or
your
all the
name
heart
is Toby.
containers. So, if all along you've been saying I suck at this game, well then suck on this shit.
Well, you're definitely not terrible.
I beat him. It's finally over! In true Zelda fashion, you get a big
That was
ending
Majora's
scene
Mask
where
dying in
all the
agony.
characters you've met come together.
That's the last
with
we'll hear of
peace
him in
and
this
harmony.
video. Well, is the moon going to destroy the world?
Is the world really going to end just because I have a distaste for Majora's Mask? I do like
probably
certain
not.
things about it.
I like its style and mood. There's something profound and fascinating about the world of Termina, the interesting characters it's populated with, and their multiple storylines.
Someday we're
going to
go back to Termina.
Does it all exist as a dream within Hyrule? Is Hyrule Termina's
Could be a
heaven?
dream.
Some even believe Link is supposed to be dead. There's so many different
Yeah, I
ways to
know
interpret
MatPat
it,
thought
like
that at
religions
one
of the
time.
world. This game is
Even
truly
made a video
work
about
of
it.
art. I love the concept, I love the lore, I love the creepy visuals that provoke an innocent childhood sense of worry, I love the rich
Like that scene in The
storylines
Mummy.
and all the above. But the part I don't like very much is the game part, and that's the part that seems to get discussed the least. I mean, it's not a movie, it's not a comic book.
Yeah, that
it's a
one
game.
with
One that
yeah,
has
that one with
grated at
Brendan
my
Fraser.
nerves, not just while playing it,
It was
but also
good.
during the intervals in between when I was
I don't know
not
if some will
playing and
always love the
feeling
original.
extreme anxiety,
The old black and
feverishly
white one.
anticipating when I will get my hands on it next to conquer
Oh,
this
yeah,
thing
that
and
powder
get it
keg.
off my daily chores.
You saw all the trouble I had with it. That's not
Yeah.
my idea of fun, and I don't want it in my life. Call it a love-hate thing. So, Nerd, signing out.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and yes!
We're still here. The world didn't end.
Actually, Nick and Morty just got swifty.
All right.
You gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here. What the? What?
No! No! Mr. Nerd, forever stuck in the world that exists in his mind.
Oh my god, I forgot this is the Twilight Zone.
Perpetually surrounding himself with games he hates, yet cannot
Or
stop
some
playing.
weird messed up version of
Tonight's
it.
tale of the macabre, masochists, and Majora's Mask.
on the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yep. That's pretty much it. Yep. Thank you guys. You guys at the end. It's pretty good. So, I guess that's it. So, I'm guessing, the AVGN or, the guy who, plays him, just, really has it in for Majora's Mask, man. He definitely probably didn't like it as, much as, everyone else did. And, I keep forgetting his name, his real name, oh yeah, James Rolfe. Well, James, I hope you like my, reaction. And, if you like, the rest of my reactions, check out the playlist. And, I'm happy to be wearing this shirt again. Hopefully, I'll be down to my goal weight, which is 220. Right now, I imagine at 249. So, I definitely gotta do a replay of Majora's Mask again pretty soon. Not the 3DS version, I mean the original N64. That'll be fun. Really fun. Really, really fun. Okay, players. I'm not going to hold you any longer. So, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to don't drink and drive. And if you drink as much as Mr. AVGN does, you might want to check into AA. At least sometime.
Actually, I've been to AA 1,000 times. Still haven't got my day one chip.
Where have you been?
Another Vilcazzi Jello shot.